What's going on, everybody? Brandon here, back with another action figure review. Very exciting in front of us, the all-new Superman movie, but not what you'd expect. Not 2025, 1978 Christopher Reeve's Superman movie figures. All new figures for 2025. We never got these way back when, but we got them now. So I'm very excited to dive into these with you and have some fun. Let's get to it. Up, up, and away. All right, so we got our figures here on the round table. Some interesting things to know. I got mine at Target. They ship in a case of 6. I'll be sure to leave the DPCI down below. And it looks like there are different cases of 6 that ship. I thought for sure I would get every character in my, new case of 6. Unfortunately, that's not the case at all. So there's another version of Lex Luthor where he's carded with his hair. There's another version of Jor-El in a black suited costume. Superman, it looks like there's only one version of him. Same thing for Zod. There's also a Lois Lane action figure. So I'm missing a few. I'm missing 3 of them. So definitely, if you're out there on the hunt, be wary of that. Just because you got a case of 6 doesn't mean that you got them all. My case had these 4 figures plus an extra 2 Supermans. $8 a piece though, so that is pretty sweet. Taking a look at the backside of the packaging, very interesting here. It's basically the same for all of them. There's no highlights or differences or changes on the back of the boxes for any of these guys. I will show you the UPC. Hopefully that'll help you with each of these. So here's the UPC for Jor-El. Here's the UPC for Superman. Here is the UPC for Zod. And here is the UPC for Lex Luthor. All right, you guys, we're going to get these figures out of the packaging. The beautiful blisters look so nice. I really don't want to do it, but for you guys, I will. Stay tuned. All right, you guys, we got our figures out of the packaging. They're awesome in hand, I gotta say. Very, very cool looking figures. Let's take a closer look. All right, first up here is Jor-El in his white suited outfit. This is Marlon Brando. This is the original Jor-El for so many people, and just a really, really like prestigious looking figure. They really nailed it, man. If I was gonna go back in time, like 1977 Star Wars figures, like this feels like that. So very well done. My hat's off to Spin Master. This guy looks incredible. Taking an up close look at Jor-El, here he is, very stoic and ultimately just a really cool looking figure. Doesn't feel like he's made out of a cheap plastic or anything like that. There's no peg holes, so that's something to be, I guess, wary of. The coat is nice and soft, so that way you can articulate his legs, and these are just like standard 5 POA for sure. But it does look really good. Really happy to have this guy. And of course, he comes with this crystal. It's not a piece of kryptonite. It is part of the Fortress of Solitude. It's one of those knowledge crystals. So very, very cool. And it is a nice translucent dark green, which is phenomenal. And ultimately, it looks great. He looks great over here. If you got the McFarlane Fortress, I mean, there's no better use for that than with these figures. So definitely, Jor-El's a fantastic looking figure. He fits in great here. Next up, taking a look at Superman. Here he is on the round table. He comes with his kryptonite necklace. He's got the yellow S on the back of his cape, and he looks pretty good. So can't believe we never got one of these until now. Very, very interesting. Very cool. So happy to have this guy. Taking a better look at Superman up close, does it look like Christopher Reeve? To me, not really. But, I mean, most toys back then didn't. So, it's kind of interesting to see, like, Marlon Brando, Jor-El, like, it does look like him. So, I guess that's an interesting note. I feel like his S emblem is printed just a little too low. Maybe? Like, just a hair too low. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. The back of the cape does have the S logo printed nicely. Maybe mine is a little off center. I'm not sure. I mean, these are $8, so I mean, I get it. And I'm sure they're going to be everywhere at some point. It's just right now, I think in the beginning, that they are really hard to come by. If you're watching this in the future and these are like really rare toys and you saw me open them and gasp and you're like, how could you do that? I apologize in advance. So to any future watchers. his head is not really wanting to turn left or right. It makes me feel like the plastic is stuck, and I don't want to break my figure. So, but yeah, basic 5 POA, so it's not bad at all. The cape is a nice, soft, like rubbery type material, so you can bend it back, no problem. There's no peg holes. I really wish there were. The kryptonite necklace is nice. It's like a nice, soft, rubbery. I wish I had a jail for him so he could be trapped by Lex Luthor, but I don't. It doesn't want to go like flush and then like go down. It like wants to stick out like that. So, but like that really kind of like fits the motif of the whole thing, like from the 70s, like action figures did have, accessories kind of like that where it didn't really make sense and you just rolled with it. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, overall looks great. And of course he fits in the fortress great if you got that McFarlane fortress. So there's Superman and Jor-El hanging out. Looks so good. And next up here is Zod. Very interesting. General Zod was not in Superman the movie in 1978. He was in Superman 2 in 1980. So you'd think his box would have said Superman 2, but no. This one actually looks really good. I really like they knocked it out of the park with this one. The likeness, even the chest hair, they got the little Phantom Zone mirror thing. So really cool piece. All right, so here he is, chest hair and all, General Zod with 5 POA. Very cool. I don't know why his box doesn't say Superman 2 because he was not in Superman the movie. So definitely interesting. Overall, a really nice piece. You even got like a different color for the black, or maybe, I don't know what it is, but there's definitely a difference between these two black colors, so that way you can see like just like how it was in the movie, the trim of his costume and how it's like shiny or bright. I wish it was metallic, but still, it's pretty good. Does it look like Terrence Stamp? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, definitely more so than the Christopher Reeve Superman figure. And of course, we got our Phantom Zone right here, so you can see that. It's just like, I don't know what that is. It's art of some kind. I would have so much rather preferred like, grab from the movie. But whatever. I mean, it's cool. You can see Non and Ursa in there with Zod. So, very cool. Overall, great figure. Really happy to have him. Did not expect to get this one, but overall, I'm pretty happy. And next up here is Lex Luthor. He comes with a Daily Planet newspaper. He comes with his hair. And overall, he looks really good. I'm really happy with this one. And I think overall, he just looks great. So, fantastic job again by Spinmaster. All right, so here is an up-close look at Lex Luthor. He's got 5 POA, and overall, he looks pretty good. Does he look like Gene Hackman? Yes, for sure, in some lightings. Definitely. Or, I guess, depending on, like maybe the side profile a little bit more, it looks like him. So, very interesting. This is the Superman 1 costume, so we've got the yellow flower, we've got a yellow ring, we've got a band of some kind, or a watch. So very cool. The buttons are silver there on his jacket, and on the back side of the sleeves there's also silver buttons there. So really like top notch, man. I'm very, very impressed with this. And he's got standard 5 POA, of course. His head does have trouble turning a little bit, but it does do its job. And there's the legs. So all in all, not too bad. Can he hold the newspaper? Maybe in the other hand? It looks like, yeah, maybe in this hand. Let's see. No. Well, yeah, you could. Do I want to? Not really. But there it is. All right. So there's the newspaper in his hand. And the newspaper says, Twin nuclear missiles test confirmed. So that is very cool. And it's just printed over on the front. There is no other printing on the other side of the newspaper. And then the hair, the moment of truth. I haven't tried this yet. Waited to do it with you guys. So let's see. Does the hair fit? Yeah. Wow. That is really impressive. Maybe it doesn't look so good on camera, but in person, it looks like it fits very snug. So that is awesome. There's Gene Hackman with hair. Very, very cool. Overall, Lex Luthor, a great figure again for $8. Like, you can't beat that. He looks great. All right, first up for a Superman comparison, we have Man of Steel by Mattel. Of course, our new Jor-El, the original Spin Master Superman in the middle, and then our new Christopher Reeve Superman by Spin Master, and then over on the far right is the Metal Force Spin Master Superman. All of these guys in the like 3.75 to 4-inch scales. You can see kind of how they scale. Our new figures, they're not too bad. Like, you could make it work for sure. And next for a comparison, here's our new Lex and General Zod with some previous counterparts. We've got the Metal Force Lex, the standard release Lex, both by Spin Master, and then this General Zod is from the Flash movie. So very cool to see these guys. I guess you could say he's from Man of Steel also. But yeah, side by side, they do look very nice together. And for another size comparison, here we have a few figures. We've got our original Superpower Superman right here from 1984. Same thing with Lex from the 80s. And then this is our new Superman, of course, from 2025. And then I've also got 1977 Luke Skywalker right here. So hopefully this helps to give you a better idea how these guys scale. Of course, they are too small for superpowers. But with any vintage figures like that Luke Skywalker, they actually fit in very, very nicely. So definitely these guys are not going to fit in with like your 4 to 5 inch figures like most DC figures we have, but they will fit in with some of your older retro figures. And for one more comparison with our new Spin Master Retro Superman figures, most of this is new Superman movie stuff. So we've got our 3-inch Superman by Spin Master. We've got our 6-inch Superman by Spin Master, the 6-inch scale and 3-inch scale Crypto. This one is by Imaginext, and that's the baby Kaiju. And then we've got, our, of course, our Lex Luthor in 6-inch scale, our baby Joey, that's meant for the 6-inch figures, and our robot number 12 in the 3-inch scale. So I guess Crypto would work. Baby Joey could work. Baby Kaiju could work. But the figures themselves are definitely going to be out of scale. So definitely keep that in mind. I think Crypto overall with Superman does look very nice together. Like, that could totally work. Alright, you guys, that about does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I got them all set up here with the Fortress of Solitude by McFarlane Toys. Definitely do that. Jor-El is looking like a hologram on a Star Wars base, so very cool, you guys. If you are picking up these figures, let me know in the comments below. I'd really love to hear your thoughts. I thought it was an awesome trip down memory lane. I didn't think we need these figures, but we got them, and they're great. So happy to have them. Hopefully I can find the rest, at least Lois Lane. That would be cool. Again, $8 a figure. They ship in cases of 6 at Target. Very cool. I think I did enjoy them just a little bit more than I thought I would. So that was great. You guys, the likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, all the support on the channel has been absolutely phenomenal. Thank you each and every one of you for your continued support. As I find more new cool and awesome stuff, I'll be sure to bring it to you right here. Once again, I'm Brandon. Thanks for watching.